What's up, you guys? It's Chad Brandt from sculptedbybrant.com. In this video today, I want to share some insight on how a couple of those high eating weekends and then some low days is always keeping you the same weight or adding a little bit of weight. Check this out. Okay, let's jump right into this. So, this is a tracking sheet I do for my phase 3 macro people. So this is really dialing in your food. But for just the general, if you want to just to track calories, like what kind of calories are you putting in, track them for 7 or even better, 14 days. And also track your weight every day. People kind of freak out because they base everything on weight. Like it's always about the weight, but use weight as a coach uses weight, and you will see that the body weight fluctuates. There's days you'll wake up nice and tight, and then by the end, like me, I gain sometimes 5 to 10 pounds in a day. Depends on how much food I'm eating. And it's also based on your sleep, your hydration, your energy, your stress, right? Your lifestyle. This makes weight go up and down. Well, that's why you want to use averages. So what is your average weight? And right now we're going to talk about caloric intake. Okay, so let's break this down. I'm not going to be talking about any of this tracking stuff, but it is all involved in what is happening with your weight. So hopefully you can see this. This is the week's macronutrient goals. 200 grams of protein has to be consumed. 200 grams of carbs. These are just basic numbers I made for this. Fat 60. Current goals, hit all macros between 5 to 10 grams. Like get them tight. Get them tight. Do your best. Don't miss veggies. Normally people will miss veggies and just eat a whole bunch of starch, especially in a flexible eating protocol. Keep busy on the weekends. Okay, so highlighted here is the weekend. This is a Monday. So let's just look at this. So this person did pretty good on Monday. 200 protein, 191 carbs, a little bit short, but still in the range of 10 grams. They tried hard. Fat 58, we want a 60. Pretty good. And here's the calories. So if they were to hit their normal caloric intake, 2140 is what we're shooting for. All right. They were pretty damn close. Pretty good day overall. Their starting weight is 210. The goal of this person is to drop down to 200 pounds. And their ROL, rate of loss per the week, is going to be about half a pound to a pound. All right. And I'm going to talk about what the trouble is. So here's the next day, 97, 218. So a little bit over, a little bit under, a little bit over. We're just a little bit over our average of 2100. Again, they did pretty good here, but carbs are low. So something must have happened in the day, but that's cool. They tracked. Always track because we need the information by the end of the week because we're going looking for the average. 60, so we're low again, and we're dropped. Of course we dropped. We're kind of eating less and less. We're doing pretty good. We're staying on plan. It's awesome when you stay on plan. All right, here we go. A little bit overweight on protein. I always say it's good to eat on protein. That's fine. Pretty tight on carbs, pretty tight on fats. We're bang on, right? We got the 2100. We stayed 209. Here's Friday. 196, we ate a little bit over. It's Friday. Maybe they went out and had a drink with friends or something like that, and they tracked it. And then we hit a 58. We're pretty good here, and we're at a 209. Here comes the weekend. So this is where people kind of lose it because everyone can plan really well in the week. They prep their food, everything, and then the weekend comes, and maybe you have kids, maybe it's a camping trip, or maybe something happens and you're not prepped and not planned. So or you just are a food monster and just will eat everything because these days were maybe just a bit too drastic for you. But we're going to figure it out. Here's the weekend. Here's Saturday, 198, a big 468. So they chowed down. Maybe they had some pizza. Who knows? But they ate almost double and a little bit more of the carbs they're supposed to. And then the fat intake is up as well. Calories are at 3,000. Okay, so from this day where they woke up at a 208 and they're probably like, hey, I'm 208 today. Well, let's eat some more food. Like I'm killing this. Like I'm 2 pounds down from what I'm supposed to be. And then here's this day. They wake up, they're not that hungry. Their glycogen stores are low or are loaded. They're probably spilling out into their fat. And they're like, I'm not eating enough protein. I'm just going to cruise today. They slept in because of the carbs. And then boom, they turn into this carb eating monster from the high sugar, high day they had before. It's like a link, this nasty link that goes together on the weekend. Boom, this huge day happens. And this happens, people. It's life. And then this big fat. So look at this 4,000. This is a big day. And people don't think they can put down that many calories. If you're eating low volume food, like small food, like Oreos, and you're eating a whole box, guess what? That is high carbs, high fat, and they're just tiny. It's like M&Ms, or it's like eating a whole bag of almonds. Your calories will go through the roof. So look what happens. They get this big jump. All the sodium that goes in, all the extra processed food, they're inflamed. So this isn't fat. And this is what people freak out about. Oh my God, I gained fat. No, you didn't. You gained food weight because you can't digest this in one day and get it out. It's also from sodium. You probably didn't drink any water, so you're holding all water, and everything you eat, you're holding. So you're a bloated mess. Okay, so the following week. So here's your averages. You're 210. You started the week 210. Is there a drop? No. It's the week. It's the week. And now we move into the next week. All right. So look at you're trying to get an average of 200. We're pretty good. Trying to get an average of 200. We're 100 over. That's a lot of calories. We're trying to get an average of 60. We're at a 70. We're 10 over. That's a lot of calories from fat. And this is just from 2 days. Do you understand? And our average is supposed to be 21. We're 400 plus over. You will not drop lbs, pounds. You won't drop. You will stay the same. Okay? This is what people need to understand. So let's move into the next week. So let's say this person's being coached, and the coach sends them a little tip. Okay, we overate. Okay, well, let's tighten things up on Monday. We don't need the carbs. So they drop them down to 150 on a Monday, and then 200 grams remaining. And then they say, tighten up for Monday. Weekend, 2 cardio, 1 training session. Stay busy on the weekend. Stop shoving food in. Weekend, controlled focus, man, because this is what we need. It's right here. You need to control it. So let's say they were super tight. They're like, I'm going to nail this, and they nailed it. Okay, here's their starting weight. Since they nailed it and we burned off some glycogen, the next day they banged it out pretty solid. And they drop a couple pounds of water weight. This is water. This is inflammation, okay? This is what people always think. They start a plan and they're like, man, I dropped 5 pounds. It's just inflammation in water from eating like crap before. Fat comes later. We're not burning fat in a day, and we're not gaining fat in a day, right? It's people need to understand this. Let's look at the rest of the week. They bang it out. They bang it out because they're focused. They want it. And the water starts to dissipate. Now we're back to our starting weight, which is pretty cool. And now we're at 209 going into the weekend. Okay, come on, let's go. Focused in 10 on the weekend. Boom, they do it. We stay 209. Okay, awesome. Then the next day. Boom, they do it again. 208. Look at the average. 210. We're the same. And now I'm going to give you the positive of why we're the same. You were on point. So this is 14-day average of eating crazy and then tightening it up. People will do this. They'll have a couple of days bad, and this is going to throw them off because this entire week we had to deplete all that extra food that you put in just to get back to your starting weight again. And it's so unfortunate that this happens to people. They get so excited. They start a journey. We're only 2 weeks in, and they're already throwing it out the window here. Stay tight. Stay focused. Because if this happens again this week and you overeat, you will be 210 again and again and again. I don't care if you link 4 or 5 days in a row. These little days are hurting you. This is what needs to be controlled. Can there be high days? For sure. They can. But then there's going to have to be some low days so we get the balance. But what are we figuring out here? The averages. Look at this. 2098, and when we needed to hit 21, we did good. If we repeat this next week, I would put money on it. We were going to hit a 209 or a 208 here. And if we did it again this week with control, we would be 208 or 207. Okay? It is the the weekly effort. So my tip for you is do 7 days, find out your caloric average, okay? And then now eat that the following week, your caloric average. Did you drop, or is that average a weight maintenance for you? Now you can do a small drop in carbohydrate and in fat. Keep protein high. Don't mess with that stuff, okay? And just kind of tweak it a bit, because you want to be a controlled rate of loss. You don't want to be dropping these 20 and 30 pounds a week, because you will binge eat on the weekend. All right, you guys, this is what I wanted to share. It's this. You can overeat on the weekend. These 5 days don't work, okay? It's the weekend. It's the whole. Thanks for watching. I hope that makes sense. If you want a free consult, all you got to do is just send me an email and we can chat 10 minutes about what you need. Out.